Grisly murder, a grad student charged with killing his best friend after a night of birthday partying. He told police his girlfriend was cheating with the victim. And ABC's Lindsay Davis is here with all the details. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, George. Incidentally, it's still unclear if, in fact, there was any cheating even going on. But it does appear 24-year-old Raul Gupta's birthday celebration over the weekend has not only ended the life of his longtime friend, but potentially Gupta's life as he knows it.
This morning, Raul Gupta, a gifted graduate student at George Washington University, is in jail, accused of fatally stabbing his high school friend, 23-year-old Mark Wah, a first-year law student at Georgetown.
Shocking, very shocking.
Police say from Saturday night into the wee hours Sunday morning, there was a dangerous cocktail of emotions fueled by heavy drinking.
There were friends that were together in Washington, D.C., sharing a good time with Mr. Gupta, celebrating his birthday.
But that good time took a turn for the worse when three of them, Gupta, Wah, and Gupta's girlfriend, returned to her apartment. Arrest records indicate police were called just before 3:30 a.m. Sunday.
They could see some blood stain on the walls, and they could see Mr. Gupta sitting down at the base of the bed like he was in despair.
According to the charging papers, Gupta told police, "My girl was cheating with my buddy. I walked in on them cheating, and I killed my buddy."
He made an utterance statement that his girlfriend had been cheating on him and that the individual involved, that he had actually did it.
Police say Gupta claims he was woken up by his girlfriend yelling, but she says it was Gupta who woke her up yelling and telling her to call 911. Gupta's attorney says the evidence will show he has a valid defense. But this morning, the honor student is being held on $2 million bail, charged with second-degree murder.
And again, Gupta's attorney saying that he believes the evidence will ultimately show that he has a valid defense and calls it tragic for him to be held on such a high bond. Gupta has also reportedly told police he was acting in self-defense. George.
Okay, Lindsay, thanks. Let's get more from ABC Chief Legal Affairs anchor Dan Abrams. Big hanging question right there. What could that defense be?
Yeah, it sounds like it's either going to be defending himself or defense of another. And I say that because both their statements that relate to both of those issues, right? The authorities saying that on the one hand, he said that he was defending himself. His buddy was effectively going to try and kill him. At another point, he's saying he hears his girlfriend yelling. Those are the seeds of possible defenses with regard to both of those statements. But remember, his lawyer has got to be really careful. I mean, the last thing this lawyer wants is almost any of these statements coming in. This lawyer is going to try and get all of these statements excluded from evidence.
Well, partly because one of the complications here, it seems like everyone was pretty blacked out drunk.
Yep, but that in and of itself isn't a defense. I mean, imagine if in every case the defense was, I was high on drugs. I was drunk. We'd be seeing people walking out right and left. That in and of itself does not get someone off. But there still has to be the intent. You're talking about second-degree murder here, not manslaughter. In manslaughter, you could just sort of say, well, there was no intent to do it. Second-degree murder, which is the charge here, you do have to have intent.
And that's what's surprising here. Usually these kind of heat of passion incidents lead to manslaughter.
Which is why I expect a plea in a case like this. Typical case where you see charge of second-degree murder, plea on manslaughter, a sentence somewhere, let's say, in the 5-year range. But I'm sure that his lawyer would say, we're not pleading, we're going to trial.
We got a defense.
We've got a defense.